What can we learn from the Stefon Diggs boat debacle? Man, this boy out here out of control. Let's get into this thing right now. What up, what up, what up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, man. Welcome back to the channel. Y'all do me a favor, man. Hit that subscribe button as soon as you come into the building. It really helps my channel help us get our message out. And I had to come in here today to talk about your boy Stefon Diggs in the news for all the wrong reasons. And guys, I was so disappointed to see the video. I was so disappointed that he got caught up in this situation. And at the time of this recording, the New England Patriots said they're gonna handle it internally. And basically that means that they ain't figured out what they can do to him based on the CBA, as well as based on what they would be on the hook for if they cut him or whatever. But guys, this is not looking good for Stefon Diggs. Thank God the boy's still talented. But the problem that he got now, man, is we are watching from Minnesota to Buffalo to Houston, and now hadn't even played a down for the New England Patriots, and we're dealing with this already. And guys, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't gonna make a video about it because there's only so many things you can talk about on YouTube, and I knew I wasn't gonna replay the video on my YouTube feed or anything like that. Just trying not to run afoul of any of the YouTube stuff and send the wrong message out. But if you watch this channel, you've probably seen the Stefon Diggs boat video. And it just made me think, man, I was not going to do anything until I was on Twitter last night and somebody said Cardi B has found someone worse than Offset. And I could not stop laughing at the comments from that because it made so much sense. And one of the things you guys are going to find is that sometimes people like Cardi B may just be attracted to guys who do this kind of thing. Now, while we may find it comical, right? Guess what, guys? You can't say that the boy is not exciting and entertaining. And Cardi B is probably enjoying this. It's probably not a big deal. At that level, guys, probably not a big deal. So I said, okay, all right, Jeff, man, make this more like a tutorial video, right? What are the 3 things we can learn from the Stefon Diggs yacht incident? And I'm going to go there, guys. I'm going to try to get there as quick as possible. But the first thing I said is study being rich and learn to be rich and prepare yourself for being rich when you're broke. Prepare yourself for being rich when you're broke. Study rich people. And a lot of y'all gonna say, well, Jeff, rich people do that stuff all the time. Not rich people who have a purpose, a mission, a vision, and goals, and who are on their grind, right? I'm not saying people don't drink. I'm not saying people don't smoke. I'm not saying people don't do drugs. But one of the things you're going to learn about the rich is that the rich, if they're smart, they're vetting everybody who's around them. Okay? Remember, guys, money is an amplifier. If, in fact, that was an illegal substance that Stefon Diggs had, and we don't know if it was an illegal substance, right? That's why you got to say allegedly. At the end of the day, guys, you don't do that stuff in public. You do that stuff in private with a fully vetted group of people around you. Okay? Learn to be rich while you're broke. Learn to be rich while you're poor, right? Stefon Diggs, when he was just playing football as a little kid, I'm pretty sure he studied the greats in the NFL when he was a kid. He studied the greats when he was in middle school. He studied the greats when he was in high school. He studied the greats when he was in college so that when he got to this level, he would be prepared. We got to treat being rich the same way. I'm always studying people who have more than me all the time. So when I get to that level, guys, I'm ready to operate at that level, and something like this won't screw it up. Learn how to be rich when you are broke. The best part about being broke, guys, is that you got time, right? You got time when you're broke. Here's the problem why people don't want to learn to be rich. Because once you start studying rich people, truly rich people, not people who fake in the front, and truly rich people are bored. They're boring and they're routine. Boring and routine. Got a calendar. Very small circle. What do they say? My circle's so small, it's just a period. Ain't a whole lot of people in it. But when you are an athlete now, athletes have entourages. They want to party. They want to turn up. They want to do all that. No. Being rich is boring, guys. And if you don't want to be boring, you don't want to be rich. If you don't want to be routine, you don't want to be rich. If you don't want to have a calendar, you don't want to be rich. Rich people do the same thing every day, every week, like clockwork. And that's where Stefon Diggs is messing up. Nobody's taught him how to be rich, or what he thought he saw somebody doing who was rich. Somebody didn't teach him well. And now Stefon Diggs is being exposed, guys. Make sure you learn, because that money is an amplifier. Learn good habits when you're broke, so that when that money comes in, you get better at your good habits. Money is an amplifier. Remember that. Second thing, guys, and I'm reading off my phone, I apologize, but always know that there's someone in your circle that's going to backstab you. There's a reason why they call it backstabbing. There's somebody close to you walking behind you that you trust. Whoever allowed this person on the boat who was recording and got this video out, that's somebody that Stefon Diggs feels very comfortable with. If he doesn't feel comfortable with him, somebody that he knows vouch for that person who are recording. Guys, what you got to understand is this. Make sure you're putting distance between the people you're hanging around. If you're hanging around people from your past, make sure you're always watching them, because people who are close to you are the ones who are going to backstab you. It's not somebody you got your guard up around. Somebody on that boat who's very comfortable, who Stefon Diggs is very comfortable with, is the one who put this video out there, is the one who was setting them up the whole time. And guys, I did not want to know that Stefon Diggs was even associated with this. I didn't know if Stefon Diggs had a problem, if he did this kind of drug or anything like that. Because from what I can understand, he's never had a drug problem with his whole NFL career. I didn't even know he had a drinking. We knew he was a playboy. But at the end of the day, this drugs thing is a huge insult. But somebody close to him is what did this. Guys, if you're going to have that type of lifestyle, it's got to be private. And not only that, guys, you got to have all cameras gone. There ain't no if you're doing that kind of activity, especially if you're a professional, guys, you better know who you got around you. And y'all got to know that at that level, put that phone up. In your private settings, that phone, everybody's phone got to be off and put away, if that's what your problem is. And the one thing, like I told you guys, there's a reason why wealth is secretive, because somebody like that can blow up the whole thing. And that's what's happening with Stefon Diggs right now. Stefon Diggs is going to lose something. We don't know what he's going to lose, but he's going to lose something. And it's going to be a part of him for the rest of his career and the rest of his life, actually. This video is not going away, guys. This video is not going away. Make sure. The reason they call it stabbing in the back and not shot in the back. I ain't got to be close to you to shoot you in the back, but I got to be close to you to stab you in the back. Stefon Diggs need to clean up his circle. Whoever was on that boat, and he can tell by the camera view, who it was. I'm getting all those women, and I'm getting the person who was recording away from me, and they'll never be able to get close to me again. Make sure it's not the people. It's always, make sure you understand, it's always going to be the closest to you who are going to turn on you. Okay? Last thing, guys, that you can learn from this. Realize you are a brand regardless of your social status or financial status. Everybody is a brand. And people do business with your brand. They don't do business with you. New England Patriots, right? This is Robert Kraft's team. Now, we know Robert Kraft's discretion. Robert Kraft got caught in some things years ago, right? We know he's not a perfect man. But at the end of the day, guys, when you're dealing with illegal substances, allegedly, that's a problem. That is a problem. Stefon Diggs' brand is now being affected. Cardi B's brand is now being affected. So if they don't recognize that you are a brand and all this money you're making is tied to your brand, it's not tied to you. Don't let your personal addictions affect your public brand, because people don't care about you. They care about your brand. Your brand is what's official. Your brand is what's influential. If you don't have a brand, you mean nothing. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. When you got that job, you went for an interview, and that interview was your brand. It wasn't you. Because if you acted like you probably wouldn't have gotten the job, right? That's why I call myself the Real Cigar Jeff. When I'm on this platform, there's certain things I have to do from a branding perspective that I don't have to do if I'm just having a regular conversation with somebody. Stefon Diggs has now ruined his brand. He's affected Cardi B's brand. Any one of his endorsements he got, their brand is affected. Most importantly, New England Patriots are having to answer for his behavior. And that's not what they paid him $60 million for, guys. He had a problem. Realize your brand, you are a brand, regardless of your financial status or your social status. And that's why, guys, that if you don't focus on branding and realizing that that's what people Pay for it. Because once you screw that up, Stefon Diggs gonna be out here like the rest of us if he ain't careful. He gonna be on YouTube doing a podcast like the rest of the NFL players when their career's over. And that may not necessarily be a bad thing, but the boy still got a lot of gas in the tank. And I think right now, guys, he is screwed up majorly. I think that right now, New England is trying to figure out how do we end this. New England is different. We watched what they did to Cam Newton, right? Now, Cam Newton's shoulder was hurt and all that, but they don't play with a lot of outside distraction. And Mike Vrabel is cut from that Bill Belichick old school era. And guess what, guys? Stefon Diggs is coming in there. And maybe we seeing now why Minnesota got rid of him, why Josh Allen didn't want to do business with him, why D'Amico Ryans got rid of him in Houston. And now he's in New England and he's screwing up already. And now he's becoming more of a distraction than what his talent says he's about. You guys get down in the comment section and let me know what you think, man. If you hadn't already, mash that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for notification. And until next time, guys, I'm going to holler.